Hello everyone, me Phone here, and I'm Son of Beast. As you all know, that the season of the NBA is officially done for the year. Now it's time to step into the postseason and get started for the NBA playoffs on 2K Sports. Who will be heading to the championship game of the conference, and in the NBA Finals? Find out once this game starts here in the first round. Let's get started on 2K Sports. Hello everyone, OJ here from Son of Beast, and welcome to the second game of the NBA playoffs. We are now sending you over to the Eastern Conference colony, right towards the middle, as we are about to see the next matchup. The Sixers and Brooklyn Nets. Right now, 2-0 is the Sixers' lead of a series, as Joel Embiid definitely did really well the first two games. But now, Brooklyn Nets' turn to try to figure out if they can try to go with the win and go right towards the game 4 before heading back to Philadelphia in a ever-changing. So right now, we'll see what happens next. Right now, Brooklyn Nets might have to start recovering for more, and they have been playing with them since 2019. That was the part of the first round that they have ever done it before the second round chain was broken off. Now, as we send you over to the commentaries, we have Test Tube and Fan along with Nickel. Now, on to Barclays Center. Let's get going, team, and I'll be back for the halftime show. Guys, it's all yours. Coming up will be the Sixers and the Nets here as they're about to be ready to take in at Brooklyn. This is the part where they are going. As you're all coming out for the locker rooms, this is what they are here for. Game 3 underway. Hey folks, welcome to another NBA Playoffs. I'm TestTube along with Van and Nickel. This is the part of the game of the 2K Sports Postseason Edition. And with our crew on the sideline we have is Allie LaForce. Allie?
Well guys, the alley-oop is probably the most exciting play in basketball, right? Mavs head coach and Hall of Famer Jason Kidd said, quote, "It can come from anywhere on the court, and that's what makes it so fun and creative. A lot of things can go wrong, but when it's connected, it's a beautiful thing." Brian?
Well, he's really well in this game. Thank you, Allie. And for right now, the game is about to be setting up. Perhaps right now, as we look at the courtesy of the starting lineups here, right now the key matchups in between the center of the guard of Nicholas Claxton and Joel Embiid. We also call it the process. He was really one of the determinations that he was definitely one of the better players here. The legendary franchise master of the players since we have seen it since 2014. He's the only biggest man that was ever played here before. And now he's thinking that he wants it all. And you say that he's really that good. And honestly, in my opinion, I think that Joel Embiid will definitely do it much than he has. And for that game, it will be the better one to release. Johnson, first shot off the mark as Harris with the stamp. He has his first rebound here. No good for Cameron Johnson. And you can tell that by the factor it's not really that well enough to take over it. Tucker rolls over to Melton. He feeds off to PJ. PJ Tucker shot. No good, as right now Finney Smith gets his first rebound. Wide open look, Johnson. 3-pointers off the mark as Harris takes a rebound. You say that without Kyrie Irving, he's definitely having a hard time because now, and Kevin Durant there too, because, he's not here anymore because now those two players are in different teams. They're going to have to find another way to get this thing done. Melton on the outside, 3 on a shot clock with a shot, and elbow, no good. Johnson with a rebound. That's another miss that they have always missed it. They need to see something else when it's going to happen. Here's Claxton, right towards the outside. Bridges in the corner. Watching the man on him. Finney Smith for 3. Good! The 3-pointer is up in the range. That's the first 3-pointer in game 3. Right now, James Harden has the ball. He swings off to Melton. Melton swings over to Harden. Harden swing it over, bounce pass over to Embiid. Around Claxton, and he's fouled. That will be Nicholas Claxton's first personal. The first team foul calls for Brooklyn with only 4:16 left to go. Yeah, that drive out there, looks like he's almost had that one in there. Close call, because that was right toward the rim in the paint. And you know, the definite word of my exploration because of how well he has done. He's been training a lot of them. Every step along the way, I want to see how the team does. I know it's not that difficult, but keep in mind, it's very difficult to have it all in players. Try again. First Churro goes in. And you say that Joel Embiid, he's also known as the Process. After playing in Kansas State University, his only minor of his team knows his rough stuff. And definitely just checking on his college team too. Yeah, I can definitely tell that one. You know, whenever the player didn't really help it at all, I would say, what is the big use? There's got to be another way. I like it when he does take his own time. He's like a legendary. Everybody really wants him. Here's Dinwiddie, passes over. Claxton shot for the slam dunk. Right around Joel Embiid. Oh man, that Claxton got a very good one here. They just really got a great piece. Bridges with a steal. Dinwiddie on a fast break. Oh, he just made a slam dunk down. Oh man, I just didn't notice. But Spencer Dinwiddie is really just keeping it going. I just didn't really spout it on. Harden on the outside, back over to Melton. Harden, PJ Tucker on the wing. With the drive, step in. Good awesome deep focus here for Claxton. Now Bridges gives over to Johnson. And he's fouled. That will be a foul on Tobias Harris. That's Philadelphia's first team foul and first personal foul. Right now, Cameron Johnson's at the free throw line, getting ready to take his time here, shooting two. You know that Cameron Johnson was definitely making a drive out of it. And because of that one, you know, it was very different. All you could say was that Cameron Johnson really has to stay right where he has. And without playing with the Suns, he now knows that he can definitely try fixing his team out. First free throw off the mark. As you may notice here, that these players right down there, as Kevin Durant's still playing right now, you will see him next for tomorrow's game. But coming up later tonight, that will be the next one that we are going to see the next matchup, as the Raptors are home to face against the Milwaukee Bucks here at Scotiabank Arena. And following along here from the other side of the court, we've got another one to take on as the Timberwolves take on against the Nuggets back home playing at Target Center. And the Nuggets have a 2-0 lead. Scores impossible. Not really too much to happen. Tobias Harris makes the three-pointer and Harden with the assist. 3 of 10 to go. Right now it's coming to an 8-5 game for Brooklyn. It's Dinwiddie with his drive. Excellent solid D here for James Harden. You know that was a better one. Because of that game wasn't really that impossible enough at all. You really have another way to get this thing done. Tucker swings back over to Melton. 6 on the shot clock. Over Claxton. That's good for Melton. He has his first bucket down. And right now in the paint, turned to be a nice layup drive. The motion, they really have it. A great extension for this game of D'Anthony Melton, presented by Mobile One Drive. Dinwiddie on Harden. Trying to go in the move. Holding off. Claxton passes, lost the ball, it's Melton. Over to Harris, and he will score it with one hand done. That back-to-back switch out there, they're really trying to show it off. First time on call by Brooklyn with 2:17 to go in the first period. The Philadelphia Sixers are back up by 1. And the Nets didn't really maintain its way. They got to try to fix things up here and wanted to get right into the game. Well, they lost already against the Milwaukee Bucks. That happened here with the first part of the game. That happened last year in the playoffs with Kyrie Irving. That was a very tough one that they maintained. here in the second round. But for last season, they've lost against the Boston Celtics for this game. They've got to start stepping this up. They got to find another way to get this thing going. And for most people who are really consuming that, they want Philadelphia because they really have never won the finals here before. They never made it all the way down to the Eastern Conference Finals, and they wanted to start doing it better. So they've got to do a lot of different moves at this angle. Well, as you maintained, I might say, well, why not? There's another way that they can definitely go for another matchup to take it from here. That would be a great start. Substitution changing coming along for the Brooklyn Nets and for the 76ers. Right now, here's Simmons. Has already played here before last season with the start. But he was here on the sideline, so he will be playing for next season part of the game. But now, his wait is over. He's ready to do this one again. All you can say now is Ben Simmons to give that one a good call. And for that one, it's a very tough one to try to reach the mounting. That's a very hard way to make it maintain. George Niang, floater, no good. And that George Niang was a very tough shot. They really got to step this one up here a little more. Simmons right toward the corner to O'Neal. Right to Simmons. Shoots over Maxey. And making that one a good rebound is George Niang. He's got his first rebound here in the game, and now this one's still up by one. Milton swings off to Maxey. Maxey to Harrell. Shoots over Royce O'Neal. That shot's good. Harrell with the first bucket of the night here in Game 3. And that tough one for Harrell, I mean, you're never going to slow that down. Great D by Harrell. That Harrell one is definitely very impossible. Almost would have gotten defense right away. McDaniels back to Harrell with a shot. And the solid D performance puts a revenge back here on Harrell. Simmons, really going back the other way. They really like to show him off how it's done. Curry drive and lost the ball. And this one goes right to Harrell, back to Maxey. And Maxey will take the floater with the drive. And Harrell with the assist. Maxey's got his first bucket here in the game. And now the number timeout's been called by Brooklyn Nets. 33.8 seconds to go in the first period of the game. Yeah, they really got to start talking it over. They really need to find somebody else out there.
Here to put on a show, your Brooklyn.
Now new substitution here for the court. As right now they're making new changes here on offense to try to pick up a run for Brooklyn Nets. And for defense, they're keeping this one going right towards the back. Here's Sidney Thomas, only scored a couple of it. And Curry with the screen. Goes over Maxey. The rebound puts up here by Milton. McDaniels will take it over the other way. Tries to look for an open pass. Milton on the outside. 10 seconds left to play in the first period. Maxey. Go with the ball. Harris with the steal. Looking for a buzz beater. Shoots for the three. And misses the target. So this one that ends it off with the first quarter. A 5-point lead for Philadelphia. 13-8. We'll be right back after this. And we're back right now here for the second quarter. This part of the game is turning to be 1-1. As for Philadelphia's 76ers, they are really starting to go for another attack, and they want to get right into the game. The more money, the more drive. This really has to happen to most people that are being played consciously. They really are giving them a worthy credit run, and they really got to start stepping it up. Because I know for one reason, they really got another way to get this one done. Hopefully by the end, they will try to fix it up, and then they will get back into the game. Here's Embiid toward the middle. Goes over Claxton. It's deflected by Claxton. Wow. Joel Embiid never really saw that one going. Harris missed the three on the outside. Now swinging back over is Maxey. Gives it to Tucker. Around Claxton. Oh, 2 blocks in a row. Oh, they got a little pressure piece of it at that point. Yeah, Claxton's doing a lot. Oh, and turn the other way. Now it's Harden with the block. Says, no more. I have it my way. And then B takes the layup. Right now, PJ Tucker's got his first assist. With 5:07 to go, it's a 15-8 lead for Philadelphia. Harris on the outside, covered up by Harris. Dinwiddie slings to Finney Smith. Looking toward the pass, Claxton shoots over Embiid. And this one's going to be a loose ball, calls on McCall Bridges. That'll be his first personal and no team fouls given for Brooklyn. What a tremendous block here for James Harden. Rejecting on Spencer Dinwiddie. Yeah, I know that Spencer Dinwiddie was making that shot. You know, this was a very tough to maintain it. But at all costs, he definitely did it. He tried to block that one. He wants to put a revenge up there. No, that seriously definitely doesn't seem like Kyrie Irving was going to say, what in the world did James Harden do? He never showed up anyway, so it looks like he'll have to go to away games then. Harris on the outside, backed by Harden. He gives it to Embiid. Used a fadeaway shot, and that's good for Embiid. Right now he has 6 points in the game. This one gives him a 33.1 this season. Yeah, talk about that guy. The legendary can never stop improving about how he's doing it. He can definitely just keep on going. Keep it going there, Embiid. Dinwiddie on Harden. 7 on the shot clock, winding down. Screen on Finney Smith. Takes a shot. Another miss by Brooklyn. Milton with the ball, now receiving his first rebound over to Embiid. Another pickoff play to Harden. Harden swings back to Milton. Overhead pass. Shoots over Claxton. That's a hard contact, but no fouls given off to Brooklyn. Yeah, they're pretty clean. Don't really have nothing else to go with that one. And a report here from Allie LaForce. She had talked to one of the head coaches here from the Brooklyn Nets. They were really trying to push him down, and they wanted to get this thing done. All it does happen, they really need to step this thing on the board. All it cares for it. And you know that for Brooklyn Nets, they really have lost all that game. Every season they have definitely did lose the other team that they were focusing on. The more better life they have, the better they are going to go for. I know this was tough, but don't get me wrong, all the head coaches here, they just really need to get this done. Timeout call by Brooklyn with 3:06 remaining. And Brooklyn is going down the hill, Lurks. As right now, Philadelphia has a 19-8 lead. They are keeping this one going and going. Yeah, I know. They definitely really are starting to feel off. Like they really wanted to get this thing over. Yeah, I agree. That's for the most part of it. They really got it all. Now the new substitutions are on the board right now for making new changes. Right now, Brooklyn Nets. As right now, Tobias Harris switches over to point forward, and Daniel House is checked in. Brooklyn trying to go with a different look on offense and pick up another run. Spencer Dinwiddie on Harden. He goes right over to Bridges. In the middle, Bridges. Now rebounds to Claxton. Nice solid D by Joel Embiid. Harden swings to Embiid. Step back for the 2. No right to go from here. He missed another shot. Yeah, they're tough on him because they were really wanting to try to compare it. And oh, it looks like Embiid just got wrecked and just could have been a block shot. As you know, when Sunday loss comes out with Philadelphia 76ers, this happened to be here on the regular season of the game. And you know, talking about that one here, there are so much players trying to reject the ball out of it. And without Kyrie Irving, they are going to have a lot of hard time to try to think about it and what they're going to do now. Because we don't know. There might be another way to get this thing done. O'Neal on the outside, covered up by Embiid. He goes over Embiid. The 2-pointer's off the mark. They're missing badly up there. They're just really trying to like scrum it along. They just don't want anyone to try to get over it. Harden swings the house. Move the ball right over to Tobias Harris. Philadelphia making nice passes over again. Step away, and it's off the mark. Bridges with the ball. Only 2 minutes to play in the first half of the game. And they still need to try to figure it out again. Oh, Embiid! He got wrecked! Are you seriously joking me? I have never seen what Embiid was gonna do. Hold up. You just can't say. You're like a life threatener. If you wanted to start messing this one up, that's when you get rejected. I don't know what's the big deal, but that was like, nah, I don't think so. Oh, Claxton! That's 3 times in a row. They are going badly out there. Oh, wow. The ball's loose. Last touch by Daniel House. That goes to Brooklyn ball. 1 minute and 21 to go, as right now all players are checked out, except for Embiid. Harrell, McDaniels, Maxey, and Shake Milton are checked in. Brooklyn are making the new changes here, as 4 players checked out. Harris O'Neal moves over to point forward. Thomas and Curry is in the point guard. Almost rejected it. Curry, 2 points good. Right now, he's coming back in by 9. Here's Milton on the other end. Gives a pass over to Embiid. He swings over to Milton. Tyrese Maxey. Step back over Thomas. That's good. Tyrese Maxey has a second bucket. That's a lot of inbounding out there. They're just really saying that Tyrese Maxey was showing in an inbound. They really have to step this up. Here's Simmons. Gets rejected by Embiid. That's 2 in a row. Oh man, are you serious that Joel Embiid was trying to mess this up? I can never say what was going to ever happen. Wow. With Brooklyn ball, here's Harris. Towards the outside is O'Neal for 3. That rims in and out. Another madly missed shots out there. They're just trying to make it count. All with that one, they really need to keep it going. Milton swings over to Harrell. Harrell pass. Embiid goes over Thomas. That's good for Embiid. He has 8 points in the game. And they are definitely one of the best teams trying to put a defeat right on Brooklyn. And Brooklyn did beat Philadelphia a couple games in every season that they have done. Just without Embiid. And as you might know, everybody just realizes that he was the only one that really got hurt. But for now, Embiid is back on the court. We're really trying to give that one a good credit run. They just really need to get this one a right spare moment. Right now, Royce O'Neal's at the free throw line after a foul called by McDaniels. 2 shots coming. Another Brooklyn free throw right toward the free throw line. He hits off the mark, and they're trying to make sure that he can get this target right ahead. Yeah, it's pretty clear that, every other players are just really trying to practice their free throws. Most players can, other players can't. They're just really trying to get this one straight away. They've got to get this one done. He missed the second free throw, and right now 2 free throws missed for Royce O'Neal. And Milton will close the game in the first half. And that will do. 23-10. Philadelphia Sixers are grabbing the 3-0 series of the lead as we go by to Allie LaForce on the sideline. Here's Allie.
Well, you hold the lead now, but how do you build on that as the game continues?
Just keep being aggressive. I thought we did a good job defensively, so we just got to keep being aggressive and make it play.
A lot of times defense leads to offense. Thanks, Joel.
Thanks.
All right, Allie. Please stand by for the halftime show. We'll be back after this. It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Hey basketball fans! Hope you really enjoyed this part of the game. A little ups and downs out there. We'll have to see what the recaps are. Sixers and Nets. Here at the Barclays Center, part of Brooklyn. Yeah. Okay, well, we'll see what we can do right now. A great job here for the Sixers. Joel Embiid has received 2 blocks in the game. And put a rejection here up for Nicholas Claxton with 3 blocks. Every play in this game, they've really starting to show things up. For the look for the 76ers, they really are trying to clutch their way to make a 3-0 run. But sometimes they're really trying to make a new adjustment chain. They've got to go with the other plan. And for Brooklyn Nets, they are having a lot of possession trouble making in the game. They're going to need to try to fix this up again. And hopefully by the time the second half begins, they will have to try to regroup and process counts. And that's a wrap for the halftime show. Now let's get you back over to Barclays Center of Test 2. See you all later, post-game show. Hello everyone, welcome back to Barclays Center. As we get the third quarter ready to get started right now, as for the game instant, Joel Embiid, the process of his making, has received 2 blocks, 8 points, and 8 rebounds. That's a legit on the making. He was one of the better overrated players here in the 76ers. They say they want him. He's the best, and you cannot leave him with a mark. That's for him. And with that goal, the successful range has to keep on coming. They're going to need him. Right now, as we get started off with the third quarter, here are the courtesies upfield by Gatorade, all filled up and ready to go. Melton is covered up by McCall Bridges. And it's Harden on Spencer Dinwiddie. Tobias Harris is guarded up by Cameron Johnson. And it's PJ Tucker here on Dorian Finney-Smith. And we have Embiid on Claxton. Right now, 2 blocks for Embiid and 3 blocks for Claxton. Finney-Smith running outside, going for 2. The jumper's off the mark as Metland grabs his second rebound of the game. Tonight's of this season was 40.9 rebounding percentage. This was a tough one that they have ever faced it here in every team that they're going for. And for Ali LaForce, she has definitely did talk to Doc Rivers. It's one of the games. The hardest one that is not really impressing is one of the rebounding and take away the offender's game. They have it all in the count. But no matter how hard you are, you have the right option. You've got to make a decision at this game. And that's what Doc Rivers has done. One of the better plays, they've got to give this one count. Melton on Dinwiddie to Tucker. Right towards the middle. It's stolen by Claxton. Now Dinwiddie has the ball in possession after a turnover by Philadelphia. He goes up. Oh, he lost the alley-oop. Oh no, that was very close. He could have gotten that one right in time, but it was too late. He should have had that one in there. That should have been his own goal. And then inside, Embiid rolling with the layup and count the bucket and 1. That's Cameron Johnson with the first foul and another team foul for Brooklyn.
Shooting for Philadelphia, Joel Embiid. 1 shot.
You can hear the crowd. It looks like they're getting a little worried about him. They're trying to say that he's very good at it. He wants more. Every team really wants more of a challenge. You don't have the right option to do this. Well, I'm not sure if he wants to do this, but he's got to be one of the teams. The rival teams, like Boston Celtics and Milwaukee Bucks, or any other kind of teams that he has to win. That's the only goal that he has to make. Then the basket for Embiid is good. When you talk about the tough thing, that's what the Embiid wants to do. He wants to get a rejection out of it. He wants to try to slow this down. That's a hard option that you've got to try to face. Johnson with the drive, that's off again, and Tobias Harris has his 5th rebound of the game. Right now, another rebounding, coming back over is Harden. 3:50 left to go, bounce pass to Embiid. Embiid taking a little time off here as he now moves over to Harris. Looking for the cut in, Tucker. Over Finney-Smith, oh! Oh, he made the bucket and one. And the foul is on Bridges. That's a second personal. And PJ Tucker, what a play. That drive was, wow, a fantastic look at the game. That's when you notice here before that PJ Tucker got a very good handle of it. And B checked out as Niang checks in for the Sixers. And PJ Tucker didn't have that free throw down. It was off the mark. May have to fix that one a complication. Now the foul calls on D'Anthony Melton. That'll be his first personal. Now their team foul has occurred for Philadelphia. And McCall Bridges looking for a drive-in to take in and want to count the bucket and one. But it was too close. Well, almost had it in there. Very tough on us very considerately that McCall Bridges has ever done this for part of a game. You know, seriously though, it's one way to have that one possession to make that one drive count. And for much more, they're just going to need to get this one right away. McCall Bridges hits the free throw line. And you say that when McCall Bridges has it all of it down again, he will just try to give a grant, and he will definitely take his over on his game to make it successful. Yeah, it's pretty clear that for McCall Bridges, he was definitely really well at it in the Suns. But now, it's his time to move on to the new players. As the NBA contracted him, they just really need to fix this one and never look at his side. The players are very tough, but don't judge me or anybody. I have no rights of opinion to do that. Wait, you don't? No, I mean, for George Niang and McCall Bridges, they should have gotten one. Well, there is one way. I mean, if you look back towards the highlights of what they did, you might know who had a higher changes to have that game. I can see that. Johnson over to Harris. 3 minutes left to play in the third period right now in the battle of the ground. Here's Claxton on Tucker. Step back over Tucker. And that shot keeps missing again for Claxton. No, he's really having a hard time right now. It looks like these losing shots, I think the overrated players are just going to say, this was not that easy for me to shoot it right. Every probable of this matchup, it is very hard. Too tricky to make a setup move. An awesome drive. I like when Harden makes that scoop and roll. He does it again. And that was your mobile one drive for the Sixers. Timeout call by Brooklyn with 2:27 left to go in the third period. They will have to talk things over, and Philadelphia keeps on leading it again. Of course they will. They maintain it right then. They just give this one a good option to maintain this run. The NBA playoffs on 2K Sports is brought to you by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or get a free quote today at 1-800-STATE-FARM. American Express. Don't live life without it. And by AT&T 5G. Fast, reliable, and secure. Nearing down the end of the third period, it's already coming down with the loss of this game, as you may have experienced what would happen now. Because of that one, the 76ers are just crushing it. After a loss last season, this was already have maintained the run that they have ever played. It was the Phoenix Suns that did take them out. Just like they did in the NBA Finals, last part of the game, in part of season number 5. But it was not really optional, because it was very tricky. And not for him, because this was tough to make it count. Yeah, I know this was not too hard. Too difficult to go up with it. Gonna need to try to fix this up a little more. Maybe they may want to do it again. Harris on McDaniels. Over McDaniels shot. It's up again. Wow. I just gotta say, it looks like McDaniels has the ball. I don't know if he was roughing the ball or trying to rough the player on him. I don't think so. It looks like he's just doing it, was trying to make a heavy contestant with the shot. And Maxey, good step back and making a fadeaway shot. And right now, he has 6 points in this game. Working very good offense out there. The rookie of the player is just keeping it going. Harris outside, covered up by McDaniels. Screen on Simmons. Toward the middle, and rejected by Harrell. Simmons finally had that rebound, and he's got a first bucket. Waited patiently out there, and he's just really good. Well done for Ben Simmons. I can say that one year, he's just got a great rebound. Keeping it over and over again. What a shot. Milton right over to Niang. Niang, swing it back to Maxey. Now finds Harrell over Simmons, and makes a shot count in as Harrell makes another bucket. That's the second bucket of the night. And McDaniels with the assist. We're under a minute right now in the third period, and Brooklyn are losing their possession to get the game in. Solid D performance for Harrell as Simmons misses. Now Benton has the ball. He gives a swing off to McDaniels. McDaniels swings to Niang. Shoots over Simmons. Floater off the mark, and right now Thomas has the ball. The inbounding was not really that tough. It's just got to get that one a good shot. Got to make that one clear if you want to get that thing right. Simmons misses. Now back over again, it's Milton. Now swings to Niang. Niang right over again to Milton. Just about 10 seconds left to play in the third period. It's getting there down close. 5 on the shot clock. Milton toward the baseline. Good shot for Milton. It's his first bucket. And right now they extended the lead up by 25. That's the longest lead part of a game. They just really never got there. And no good from near the half-court range. That will end the third quarter. And right now they extended up by 25. And this is the hardest, longest part of the game of the points they have ever played. We'll get the fourth quarter when we come back after the break. Get ready. The showtime could be it. Might be exceptional for the Sixers. Well, better plays than ever. Looking for another blocks. And the moment now to release the State Farm assist of the game. Now, I have to say this one because one of the better reasons that they were going for was a bigger, higher drive of this game, count the bucket and one. Right from Joel Embiid after Shake Milton's assist, he really got a good piece of that one here. Good communication skills. A great feeding effort here, and he did it really well done. I agree. Hope you've been enjoying this part of the game, and it all comes down to the fourth quarter. What was your biggest moment here, and what is your best? I like that when a lot of objections coming up here with Nick Claxton. And for Joel Embiid, it looks like the two guys are very tough ones. That's a part of the key matchups that you really wanted to try to take it over again. They were really doing it really well. I agree. Definitely doing a very nice job. A lot of rebounding in this game. A lot of rejection shots. I mean, just a few of them. But for some great passing. I really love that one here too, because that one gives them a very good driving of the range. They did an excellent work. Curry on the outside, over on Korkmaz. Toward the middle, and he's fouled. That's George Yang with the first personal. And their first team foul goes up again for another increasement for another team foul from Philadelphia. George Yang has really never been playing it just like he did. But now, Curry's at the free throw line shooting too. And you just really can't help it because of all that Stephen Curry was making that one a good one of the timer attack. If we see Steph Curry, how he makes a shot, Stephen Curry could say, man, this kid is good. He wants to do it. Free throw set in here for Steph Curry. Now putting a change up here as right now, Harrell is checked out. New player coming in is Dedmon. And Brooklyn also making new changes as Finney Smith checked in for Royce O'Neal. And that will carry in for Curry. Here's Milton, only scored a couple of points of a game. Right now Korkmaz on the wing. Swinging across over again to Niang. Niang trying to focus on the attention. Looking to Dedman. Looking to Milton. Step inside. Shot off the mark. Watanabe gets his first rebound. And now Finney Smith right towards the wing. In the corner now, Sumner. Curry in the middle. That target goes off the line. They're really saying that Steph Curry is missing too much again. Only the free throws were allowing him. And three-pointers also. Because of Finney Smith was definitely seeing that he was making three-pointers out there. Very tough one to make a call for. Court Maz around it. And that defender gets him away as Finney Smith grabs his rebound. Johnson, swing to Sumner. Overhouse. Gets it back. Now back to Curry for three. Way off the mark as Milton takes his third rebound of the game. Their shooting's crazy everywhere. I mean, I don't believe this, but this was all that did happen. Here's House and foul called on Sumner. Right now, the Brooklyn Nets don't have the right possession. They are just keeping it away from them, and they don't have it all. Well, unfortunately, this has to all have to go up at the end. Because of this one, there might be the next game that could be a winner. Or it could be coming back in here with a win before heading back to Game 5 for Philadelphia. Well, that may be true. Possibly enough. You can't go wrong with that. First free throw sent in for House. And as for being said right in this instant, House was definitely one of the better players. Maybe they can definitely make a work out of him. All 5 players checked out as House moves over to point forward. And for Brooklyn, Curry, Sumner, and Watanabe are checked out as Dinwiddie, Bridges, and Claxton are checked in. And a second free throw for House is good. He's got his first bucket down. Now here's Dinwiddie. With 4 minutes left, here's Finney Smith. Will swing off to Bridges. Bridges swings to Finney Smith. Trying to take the run. With the run. And he goes. Finney Smith getting a bucket down. Well, he's in now. Really well done. And that was a best play of your mobile one drive for Finney Smith. Here's Harden. Right towards the outside is House. House swings back over to Harden. And now back over to Harris. He moves quickly over to Harden. Back again to Melton. 7 on the shot clock. Gotta make that quick here. Scooping drive, no good for Joel Embiid. He was just gonna get 10 of them. All he was never seeing it. He just didn't really have the right focus. That was off. Claxton. Oh! Well, how did Nicholas Claxton never get that block down? And a dunk out there. That was, wow. I don't believe this. That's a taller guy and you've never seen it going right in before. Did you know that, Nickel? Oh, no, I didn't see that. That was, wow. I mean, take a look at that. And a bucket try count the bucket for Embiid. And right now, the second foul calls for Nicholas Claxton. He was going to get 4 blocks this one, but it didn't seem to bite the dust out of him. PJ Tucker checked in for Daniel House, and 1 shot coming up for Joel Embiid. He's been on fire right now for this part of the game. And he was going to try to, take him over from it. He never really wanted to say, this is my team. I hope I do not get defended by one of the players. He never had that quote in. No, because that's what he has done. All players, they really accepted it, and this is what they need him to get done with a run. Embiid missed the free throw, and now going over again to Dinwiddie. Here's Johnson over Harris, and he's fouled. Tobias Harris with a second personal and their second team foul for Philadelphia. It's just very not hard because they're really getting over this at that time.
Stepping the line with 2 shots.
Johnson hits the first free throw. And you're all tuning in for the next part of the game. Coming up tonight will be the Bucks and the Raptors at Scotiabank Arena. That will be the next one coming here at 8:30 p.m. at night. Following along with the second game, as we have the Nuggets and the Wolves, coverage starts at 9:30 p.m. That will be the next part of the game that will be happening here at Target Center. So make sure you tune in on Sun Up East, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. If you don't, somebody will. Harden, around Johnson. The drive is off the mark, and Johnson with the rebound. They're going all over him because Johnson was really getting this thing done. Another miss by Brooklyn. That's 9 rebounds for Joel Embiid, and now he's bringing it over again to the different player. Harden inside, around Finney Smith, and shot went too loose. Now a little too short up there. Might have to just try to stay focused and good. They're all over him. Screen on Finney Smith. With the shot, that shot bucket counts in for Cameron Johnson. Only 2 minutes to play in the fourth quarter, a 42-23 lead for Philadelphia. They could be struggling here for the Brooklyn Nets, and they might have to just, end it or not quit and get ready for Game 5. Well, it might be hard enough, and you just cannot say that they are just losing it. We're retreating back. That's the way this happened. The timeout call has been called by Brooklyn with 1 minute and 48 to go. Just another part of the quick games here on the Barclays Center, and this one was all a dud turnout. Yeah, it definitely did all happen here. They're just really saying that whenever you count that, you just gotta go with the flow. Better plays than ever. Really had shown up like they did. The NBA playoffs on 2K Sports is brought to you by American Express. Don't live life without it. Your local Kia dealers, the moment that inspires. And by Mountain Dew, do-do-do. And now we present the New Balance Player of the Game, Joel the Process Embiid. They also call him Process for short because when Joel Embiid really has done the best of this game, he was a star. The killer of the town really knows that Philadelphia really loved his appreciation. All because of that, he is the best. Harris, screen on Watanabe. Right outside on Harrell, over back to Mills. Patty Mills with the 2. First 2-pointer can't get the floater in. They're just shooting crazy enough. They're just losing possession. Nobody is out there on their own. And Mills has it back. Now swing to O'Neal, and he's fouled. McDaniels with the second personal, and their 13th foul for Philadelphia. They just really got to keep this thing going over and over again. They just don't want that one to stop. Royce O'Neal at the free throw line. Another free throw coming up for Brooklyn Nets, as they're adding another free throws for this game. Free throw sent in for Royce O'Neal. And a second free throw will head in for Royce O'Neal. Now Milton with the ball. He swings past to Korkmaz with a drive, and that scoops it in for Korkmaz as he gets his first bucket to go. Brooklyn trailing by 21. Harris on McDaniels. Finds Summer. O'Neal in the middle. Takes a shot. Oh, blocked by Harrell. That's a tough shot out there. They're just really noticing that Harrell can definitely take the fire out of it. He was blocking shots. What a guy. Tucker on the outside. 40 seconds to go. McDaniels over Harris. Shot. Good. McDaniels with a second bucket. First bucket of the night. Nearing down. 30 seconds left to play in the fourth period of the game. As right now, all fans are staying silent and quiet. Yeah, it looks like they're losing it because of Philadelphia are in a tightness with the game, and they just keep on going with the win. Milton will hold the ball out there towards the front of it, and will give it off to Tucker. Tucker swings to Milton. McDaniels will close the game. Your final score, 48-25. Philadelphia extend the series 3-0. With the excellent part of the game, it has all turned out to be one of the blocks of a shot. Yeah, they're really tough though. You can bet on that one. Philadelphia are ready to roll in the second round. And the chance now we close us down to the sideline we have is Allie LaForce. Hey, Allie.
James, night in and night out, this team comes ready to perform. What does this win say about your collective focus?
We've had that same mentality all year long. Whether it's man-breaker teams or guys getting out the lineups, we've had a mindset all season that this year's going to be special. So, no matter who it is, we play, we go out there and try to be at a high level and win as many games as we can.
It's about you, not the opponent. You got that right. Thanks, James.
All right, Allie, thank you so much for your time. And that's going to wrap it up. With me, Test Tube, Fan, and Nickel, this has been a presentation of the NBA playoffs. We'll see you all again next time for our next playoff matchup in the NBA. Take care, everyone. Test Tube, thank you very much. As for right now, the Sixers extend the series right now on this game. It was an incredible matches that they were putting the blocks right toward it. 4 blocks for the Sixers. Wow, they have it in the lead up front of it. And with now, steals was only 6 of them. For Brooklyn, they were really trying to keep it right into the money line. They have no idea what's going on. And they're going to try to fix it right towards the outside of the court. They really have nowhere else to be. I have no other experience of what happened to the Sixers because they are just going to go to the second round to face against the winning team in between the 7th seed and the 2nd seed. This might be a really tough question of who is it going to be. I'm thinking the Celtics and the Sixers might be the good matchup here in the secondary rival matchup in the second round. This could be the tough one to be released. Well, as you may have already heard, the win puts up here for the 76ers. A lot of fast breaks in the point. That could be a little too much of in between. Points in paint, very well done for the Sixers. Only 2 for Brooklyn Nets for the second chance. And bench points was 18. Very great job. 32 defensive rebounds. Really well played out there. And team fouls was Brooklyn. They only got 3 dunks here for the performance run that they were giving it up and get it going. Biggest lead was 25. And they've done it the best one with time of possession. Only 12:52 remaining of the game. Now time for your 3-star players of the game. First up, I give it off to his 3rd star, but this one goes to Cameron Johnson. He only have not quite enough at that point. But this one, the 3rd star goes out to Nicholas Claxton. He has 3 blocks and only had 2 dunks in before him to take over it. 4, might have to do it again once every single part of the game. They have to get over it. And 3 blocks, 1 steal, and 7 rebounds along with 4 points. That's what they call him, never miss the defender of Claxton. Number 2, this one we go down to the Sixers. DeAnthony Melton with 6 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals. Haven't seen this one guy playing on the court. Really well done for this game. Only 10 performance. And for your 1st-star player of the game, for New Balance, it's Joel Embiid. Yep, we all he has to count for is 2 blocks and only 9 rebounds and 13 points. He only receives 13 performance run of his effort, maintaining the way of his possible run to get the scores inbound. So well done for Joel Embiid of the process. And now we'll wrap it up there, folks. Thank you all for tuning in for the Sixers and the Nets of the Eastern Conference playoffs in the 1st round of the game. If you're tuning us here later tonight, we've got the next matchup. The Raptors are home, and they're playing against Milwaukee Bucks. And later of tonight, here at 9:30 p.m. here, right at Minnesota, the Wolfpack of the Wolves take on against the Nuggets here at Target Center. Joining us here for standing by, I will be here for the fourth and the final game of the first day. And then the second day, we will see what the next game could be. So with that one, peace out everyone for a while as the NBA playoffs on 2K Sports Style. This is OJ, and thanks for joining with us. Make sure to subscribe to this channel once more, like Test Tube said earlier. I'm never going to have to tell you about this one again. If you don't, somebody will. We're going to have tons of more postseasons out there. And with the deals, well, thank you for waiting patiently anyway. I really appreciate this. Means a lot to him. But for that being said, his interest was this. So hopefully on that occasion, we'll get back to more soon. Peace out, folks, and good night in Brooklyn.
If you don't, somebody will.